Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Meister Tarot again. Embrace change. That's the message I've been getting for the last however many weeks. And yes, I have finally got rid of my Parker Bowles haircut, and I'm back to my fabulous Annie Lennox. Even got a compliment on the local ferry as I was travelling from one side of the harbour to the other yesterday about it. So very pleased. It'll take a few weeks to calm down, but yes, and get a bit of a tan where the sun hasn't seen. So welcome today. What I want to do is do a quick reading on, I'll just do one spread. I'll do an extended Celtic cross spread on the COP26. Now, the Australian government put out a 128-page faff and spin document saying this is what we're going to do as part of our climate change, reaching our climate change goals, and basically they've just said we're going to rely on existing technology and industry will pick up the slack. So the government's just wiped its hands basically of it and have absolutely nothing of substance, which is very much the Australian government at the moment, and our Prime Minister copped a blasting from Sir David Attenborough in regards to this particular, his attitude in the document, and I must admit I'm there with Sir David in regards to that, and a lot of Australians are. A lot of Australians are extremely disappointed. We expected better leadership, we expected support for the industries that are doing the development, we expected an actual transition plan, not just glossy pages going rah-rah spin. Yeah, so anyhow, I want to have a quick read. I'm just wondering whether I've got the right cards for this. I'm using my mystical magna because it is somewhat political, but I also, let me have a think on that. I'll start the reading and see how it goes. I might need to do a second draw using my Lightseer's Tarot, which are my Mother Earth cards. So from a political point of view, do I do it on Australia? As you can see, I haven't really thought this through terribly. I'll see what Spirit tells me. Will the COP26 create purposeful change? Will the COP26 create purposeful change in regards to how we respect the earth? Will the COP26 meeting create purposeful change in government attitudes towards Mother Earth? Now, Russia's not even attending. Australia, Japan, and one other country that I can't think of, the Saudi Arabia, wanted the base UN report to be fudged, to be bodged up, so it didn't look quite so bad. Sorry, but the facts are the facts and the truth is the truth. So will the COP26 meetings change government attitudes towards climate change, and what can be done? Will the COP26 create viable change in government attitudes? Will the COP26? Right, let's have a look. I don't know that I'll do a full spread for this one. I think I might get my light seers in a minute. Let's have a look. Right. Signifier card, the Emperor. Okay. Doesn't bode well. Powerful figures, unwavering, patriarchal, challenged by the Two of Swords. Page of Swords. So an important message that's trying to get through. It is only a page, but pages are messengers, so that it is the truth. The truth, they are crossed by the truth. Base of the reading is the root of the reading is Six of Cups, harking back to the past. The actual past is the Queen of Swords. Female figure, compassionate, encompassing. So seeing this, and the truth as well, but also I'm seeing this as actual Mother Earth. Trying to get a say in. Okay, crowning the reading is money. Money, luxury, she'll be right. Okay, future, Ace of Coins. Again, money, comes down to money. Not quite sure why everything comes back to money instead of what is best, but a new financial start is the near future, the immediate future. So two aces, Ace of Wands. Look at the fire in this one. I think what's happened is they're going to, the leaders of the world are going to be forced, bashed over the head with the reality of the warming earth. Around that is the Star of Hope. So that's beautiful. Star of Hope. Fears, hopes and fears is the High Priestess. So we're not being told everything. An eventual outcome. Two of Wands, we have a decision to be made for the earth. The Chariot, change will come quickly. When it does change, can also mean chaos and strength. So what I'm getting from this is that the actual world, well, some of the world leaders, some have realised what's happening, but some of the world leaders are unwavering, but they will be shown the truth. To some of them it's about the money, and I think that's the problem with the Australian government at the moment. It's all about the royalties obtained from fossil fuels. It's about the money that it brings into the country. If we don't have the money that comes from the fossils, we have to get it from somewhere else, and it's all too difficult, too hard. But the outcome to me is that, and if you have a look at this Two of Wands, let's see if I can get that in the light properly. Here's one determined, angry looking messenger. So for the sake of the earth, this needs to happen quickly, and strength, which is can be inner strength, can be compassionate power, and it can be taking control. So what's going to happen is it is going to happen. Governments are going to be forced to actually acknowledge what the issue is. Base of the pack, Eight of Pentacles, which is working together, working hard, that's a scribe at his job. Death, so genuine reform. Death and rebirth, but it is authentic reform. Reaping what you sow and working together. So, okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Positive outcome from the COP. I think some leaders are going to find themselves in for a bit of a dressing down, including our Prime Minister, and I really hope he gets one. The US current leadership, the Biden administration, are very pro moving forward. They're aware of it. Boris Johnson's still head in the sand. A lot of the European countries very ahead of the curveball. And so Australia really needs to step up and be a leadership position. We have boundless sun, wind, tidal. We have the ability, when I say boundless water, I mean we are girt by sea. And if we develop the technology and simplify it of creating fresh water out of salt water for the water needs to produce hydrogen and hydroelectricity, we have so many opportunities, and we in Australia we also have the research and intellectual base to make it happen. Unfortunately, in the past, what's happened is our intelligence and technology and research and breakthroughs have all been gone overseas. At the moment, we've got Switzerlanders building a briquette energy storage facility from technology that was produced in Australia. Solar panels were actually developed in Australia and taken to our government at the time, who said no thank you, so the Chinese snapped them up. And I think that's one reason why I'm disappointed in the report from the government. There was no actual transition plan, and there was no actual support to keep this intellectual property within Australia so that Australians can benefit from it. Anyhow, I'm going to pause briefly and I'm going to grab my light seers and see what Mother Earth has to say. Okay, back again. Right, so I've got my Light Seers Tarot, absolutely beautiful deck, very intuitive reading. The drawings are absolutely gorgeous and very easy to read, and it's one that I recommend. I recommend it even for beginners because it is such an intuitive deck rather than having to learn the cards by rote. And I know, and they're based on the Rider-Waite, but they expand on it to be more encompassing of humanity and of the earth. And just lovely, lovely cards. As you can see, my deck gets well used. It's starting to get a bit tatty around the edges, but it is a lovely deck. Okay, so what does Mother Earth have to say about what will happen at the COP26? What will the actual outcome from the COP26 be? What will the actual outcome from the COP26 in regards to Earth, in regards to this planet? It's our only planet. We've got to look after it. We can't live without her. She can happily carry on without us, but we can't live without her. So we need to, our leaders need to realise that. I think most of the people realise it, but our leaders need to. What is the actual, oh gosh, they're flinging out at me everywhere. I think that's just me doing a misshuffle. Sitting at a slightly higher table today. They are large cards. What will the actual outcome of the COP26 be? What will the actual outcome of the COP26 be in relation to the Earth? What will the actual outcome of the COP26 be in relation to the Earth? Okay, let's have a look. King of Swords, strength, mentoring, the truth, very powerful. And you'll notice there's a lot of nature happening along here, so the truth for nature will be exposed. You've got the all-seeing crow here, the wise owl. He is a man of the land. He is a man of the earth. You've got the insects that are disappearing at an alarming rate, which means the birds are also disappearing, which means the wildflowers are also disappearing because they're not being pollinated. Beautiful mountains in the background, and flowers. And the bat, and as much as bats might have a bad rap at the moment with COVID, they are an essential part of the entire Earth ecosystem, challenged by the King of Wands. Now this king, he's got strength on his shoulder, he's bringing a message, but he's just, as you can see, he has the barren background there. Again, a mentor. Again, strength, a strong personality. So the gentle truth of nature is being challenged by quite a harsh strength. Right, base of the pack needs no real explanation. Base of the reading, anxiety. The people are anxious. Past, retreat. So this is the earth so the earth is actually anxious for us. Has been in retreat due to what humans are doing to it. But we have the World card at the crowning it, so that's really good. It's an end of a cycle, it's a new cycle, it's karma, it's opening of a new chapter, a very positive card. So we're coming to, coming to the near future. Queen of Swords, you've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, both truth, both intellect. He is strength and mentoring. She is compassion and security. So so this change is bringing on a new era of compassion and security. Another Queen, Queen of Cups. Beautifully soft card. She is healing. She is the Queen of Healing. Compassionate healing. Two of Swords, there are going to be some difficult decisions that need to be made around this healing. However, this blindfold is easily removed. These bindings easily taken away. Sorry, these cards are a little bit big for the computer where it is. Let's see if we can get a better frame. But we will be faced with truths that we need to, at a crossroads, need to make the decisions. Hopes and fears, beautiful card, Nine of Cups. Celebration. Again, cups are emotions, relationships, healing. Final, the outcome, Six of Cups. Actually, these cups tell a gorgeous story. So you've got the Six of Cups, which is connecting with what really matters, which is back to our past, but also with nature and our children, and showing compassion for the healing. Four of Pentacles. A couple of meanings behind this, but I think in this particular deck, it's can mean hoarding and insecurity. But I think in this deck, it's just being cautious with the money and just being aware. She's not upset at all. She's just and work. What I'm getting told to me is work. We just need to pull back. Actually, what it's telling me very strongly is how much money is enough. How much possessions, how much greed, how much is enough, and enough is enough. It's interesting last card, the Devil. Temptation, I think that goes with that one. Temptation, addiction, inauthentic. So once we've reached this stage of financially enough, anything beyond that, we need to make sure it is authentic and not been drawn into the inauthenticity, and a new beginning. And this is in relationship to work. We're going to make it work. Base of the pack, Three of Wands, distant horizons, the beauty of the world, looking overseas and realising looking at the world as a whole, breaking down of old structures so we can rebuild. 10 of Pentacles, beautiful outcome. Celebration, families. So both readings were positive to a degree. And it's just a case of, I mean, I have read on before with change in regards to where will the change come from climate change. And all times I have read that it will come from the people up. So it is for us to engage with our communities, so break down the old structures, acknowledge authentically what is really important, engage with our communities, and go forward from there. So I hope that's a little bit reassuring, and we'll see what the outcome brings. When is the COP? It's 3 days' time, so it's in time for this weekend. I'm not expecting miracles to happen. I'm expecting a few wake-up calls, hopefully. Our leader in Australia doesn't seem to be swayed by reality, but he does get swayed by peers criticising him. He doesn't cope very well with criticism. He wants everybody to be his mate. So I am hopeful that what happens over in Glasgow will be enough. But change will occur, and it'll be right. Okay. Love to you all. Have a fantastic afternoon, and I shall see you later. Love and blessing. Bye-bye.